Okay, welcome to our penultimate training session. Penultimate, of course, means next to last. It's one of my pet peeves when people use it when they mean ultimate, because it doesn't mean that. It means next to last. So today is June 9th, and that piece you heard to start the video was The Flight of the Bumblebee by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, a Russian composer of the late 19th century who was attempting to capture the sounds and the movement of a bumblebee in an orchestral piece. So very famous, used in a lot of movies, for example. Perhaps some of you have heard it. So we will begin as always with stretching and warm up. We're going to do some repeats from last week, talk about a new pairing combination, and so on. So we'll stretch to the sky and stretch back. Roll your neck and roll your shoulders. Backwards and forwards, and in opposite directions. Do a little bit of our famous resistance exercise, or isometrics, where you push, and you pull, and you push on your right side and resist, push on your left side and resist, forward and resist, and backward. And we'll do a little hip stretch this way today. Most of you probably know that having a central core strength is crucial to every sport. There's been a lot more emphasis in training and at gyms and health clubs in the past, I would say 15 years, about the importance of the core strength. So you should be able to do this fairly easily. But sit-ups, planks, any kind of core exercise is very helpful in fencing because, of course, we have to move our torso quite a bit. So now we'll do our squat jumps. We'll do 8. Down, up, 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 up. That's 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we'll take a lunge position and stretch. Keep your torso over your hips and push down your rear hip. Stretch that. Pivot and reverse. And pivot and reverse again. A little lower. This time you can lean over if you like. And pivot and reverse again. Go down lower. Last time down in the runner stance, front shoulder to front knee. Really push your hips down. Feel the stretch. And back the other way. And let yourself hang. Down. And let's take an on guard position. At this point, your stance is probably fixed, and you might tweak it a little bit if you find that it's awkward, but I think, at least in my Wednesday class, you all have a pretty good stance. So let's just move forward and back. We'll move forward until I snap my finger, then we'll move back, and this will be the toggle switch to change direction, starting with advances. Keeping your torso very still, letting your ankles do the work. I think I messed that up. I'm so used to doing them on my own without snapping. So stop, we'll start that again. See, habits always take over, don't they? Starting with advances, go. And then the toggle switch is this sound. You're nice and low. And relax. Do that with your non-dominant side. Starting with advances, go. relax. Take an on guard position. And extending your arm, the toe goes up and you kick and you lunge. Let's stretch that out once more. Hold your both arms out for now. And rock back and forth by bending and straightening your legs. A thing to consider, different coaches do this differently. So let's look at this. When you're recovering from a lunge, if you've been parried or you've fallen short or whatever, and you lunge, the classical response, if you are parried, is to come back, is to withdraw your arm, and then your body, and be here in a defensive posture. But some coaches like to parry further out, so they say recover your legs first, keep your arm more or less out there, and you can, if you can get a counter parry or a counter post, you're closer to the target. So the classical way is extend, kick, and lunge. Your arms come back, you can do counter defense from here, and then your legs come back. A different adaptation is you extend and you lunge, but to recover, you keep your arm out and you do your blade work from here. Like most sports situations, there are pluses and minuses for either, and you really should practice both of those, and then you may see which one feels more natural, or just have both in your repertoire. So very useful to know that. All right, let's spiral back to the timed advances and retreats that we've done. So for 30 seconds, you're just going to advance and retreat without the lunge. We can do this together. You don't need the target in front of you for this. And starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So on your own, back and forth as you will. Small steps, maybe a slightly bigger step, maybe a change of tempo, slow, fast, like an advanced lunge would be, keeping yourself very low, keeping your hands still. So if you had a tray with a bottle of water on it, that bottle would be safe and would not go flying off anywhere. And we have 5 seconds. And rest. We're going to do one more set of those on the non-dominant side. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your feet very lively, like I always say, like you're on a bed of coals or you're on an electric plate on the floor, a metal plate that is. Keeping your feet lively, moving all the time, keeping them underneath you, not settling down like some old grandpa or something. Moving back and forth, always aware, always relaxed. Shoulders relaxed, fingers relaxed, arm relaxed, feet moving. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, get your weapon. We're going to do just some reminders about advanced lunges, as we always do, and then we're going to do timed advanced lunges. So, reminder, of course, that there's advanced lunges slow, fast. And of course, when I mean slow, I mean slower than your fastest speed. It doesn't have to be glacially slow, but it's a change of tempo that's important. So even if you're medium speed, if you can really accelerate on the lunge, then you've got an advantage. So, with the advanced lunge, and not too fast for now, face your target, and on my command, go. Advanced lunge, recover, and retreat. 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 3 more. Go. Advanced lunge, recover, retreat. Go. Advanced lunge, recover, retreat. Last one. Go. Advanced lunge, recover, and retreat. I caught even myself kind of standing up more than I ought to. I think sometimes if you're in this kind of workspace, it's easy to forget. So I remind you and I remind myself when I'm on guard to be down low and not standing up. So rest for a moment, and the next thing we'll do is 30 seconds of that. Doing as many as you can do, keeping your form, of course. Right? There's no sense in doing something fast if you're going to do it incorrectly. As I've often said, speed is always there for you, and nobody is that much faster than anyone else. So it's really about the timing and the distance that makes you effective. Your speed is perfectly okay. All right, an advanced lunge distance from your target, facing the target on my command, 30 seconds of advanced lunge, recover, retreat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping your form, taking your time, but then executing the move with as much acceleration as you can muster. Keep working, advanced lunge, recover and retreat. And we're coming up 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. We also have, of course, practice balestras. They're very crucial. Again, they're a reminder that an advanced lunge in some ways is more tactical, so to speak, because you're setting up a situation and then you're trying to take advantage of a change of tempo. Slow, and maybe I have to deceive a parry, maybe not, but I'm going slow and fast. A balestra is just an explosion. It's like the rudest guy at the party, just says anything, whatever comes out of his mouth. So, balestra again is a jump lunge, and the minute your feet hit the floor, your front foot is already in the air, so to speak. You recall the rhythm of this. So, I remind you, this is not to be used when you're at a substantial distance, a long distance. It's really to be used when you're just almost within lunge distance, but not quite. And you feel that speed and explosion will be the advantage you need rather than a slow, fast movement. So, 30 seconds of balestras. So it's balestra back, and recover and lunge. Balestra, recover, lunge. Sorry. Balestra, recover, retreat is what I meant to say. Balestra, recover, retreat. All right. We will start in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Balestra lunges. Keep going. Make sure there's very snappy, very decisive movements. Balestra lunge, recover and retreat. And we're coming up on 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. I want you to do this now with your non-dominant side alternating advanced lunge, recover, and balestra lunge, recover. These need to be quite so fast because, of course, it's your non-dominant side. And as always, if this is your grip, which it is for most of you, you just have to hold it awkwardly, and that's the way that goes. I will tell you, I once directed a match between Columbia University and some other school back in the 80s, and the Columbia guy was slaughtering the other guy. There was no question he was going to win, but I didn't realize until late in the bout that he had a pistol grip for the wrong hand. He borrowed from a teammate. And I should not have, but I let him finish the bout, but that's not technically legal. So just know that. If you're ever stuck having to borrow a weapon, you have to get one that fits your hand. All right, alternating with advanced lunge, recover, retreat, and balestra, recover, retreat for 30 seconds. And we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your form, changing the speed on the advanced lunge. Violent explosion on the balestra. Keep going, keep your focus. You have 15 seconds to go. Keep at it. And coming up on 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, we're almost at the end of this portion. When I come back, I'm going to remind you of a couple of combination parries, the 4 counter 6 we've done, but also the 4 septime or 4-7. Very useful parries, so I'll do that in the next video.